Hi, this is Niklas of the Danish melodic death metal band Livløs, and you're listening to The Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Niklas, thank you very much for taking time out for this interview, and I want to welcome you to the Metal Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Yeah, thank you too.
Niklas, for all your fans and new fans, how come you get yourself into metal, and especially becoming a metal vocalist?
Well, I started listening to metal when that was a long time ago in school, maybe 12 years old, because I had a friend in my class that showed me bands like Linkin Park, Slipknot, and Korn. And yeah, I just instantly liked that. And then my music taste developed into more, within other genres of metal, like death metal, black metal, and the more extreme kind. But I started with the new metal of the 90s and start 2000s.
Besides, being Livløs frontman, you're also vocalist of the death metal band Vejward Down out of Skanderborg, Denmark. How are things going with the band? Are you still their vocalist?
No. Well, with the question you had before, why I started doing vocals, I had some friends that were playing metal also, and I just decided to start practicing growling and screaming in my parents' living room when they weren't home. And then I started the band Wayward Dawn, you just mentioned, in 2015. I just wanted to be in a band, so I just started one. Found some people to play with and started it. And then I played with them for around 3 years before I joined Livløs. Then I didn't have time or the energy to be working a full-time job and be in two bands. Okay. So I decided to go with Livløs since I like the melodic elements and the more dynamic music than where Dawn played, because that was a little more, they wanted to go in the direction of more old school death metal.
Niklas, you replaced Simon also in 2018 as the band Livløs, a new frontman. How was this, your inception into the band been? And please present us the band current lineup.
So in 2018, I got a message from our drummer, Thomas, where he asked me if I could stand in on vocals for a few shows. And I, of course, said yes. And then when I met with the guys and practiced a bit with them, they told me that the old vocalist, Simon, was going to leave because, like me, he didn't have time for two bands. He's also in the Danish death metal band called Based. So I quickly accepted that. I wanted to join the band. And yeah, after a few shows just to try it out, they announced me as the new frontman. So, and now the lineup is me on vocals, Niklas Lykke. We have Franz Posch on guitar. We have Kenneth Breinbjerg on guitars. And we have Søren Frambo on bass and Thomas Dannemand on drums.
Livløs have established themselves as an essential new name in the international metal scene. Their brand of Scandinavian melodic death metal influenced by bands like At the Gates and CARCASS, and paired with American-rooted death metal in the vein of death metal and the Black Dahlia murder as ready earned appearances. Copenhell, Eurosonic, and Spot Festival. I must say I have seen the video for the song Before the Flood at Copenhell. How was it all been there?
Before the Flood at Copenhell 2018, that was right before I joined, so I unfortunately was not on stage.
That was still with the other vocalists?
Yeah, but I was in the crowd surfing and moshing instead.
But how was the festival there that year?
Oh, it was great. I can't even remember which bands were playing, but I just remember every time being at Copenhell is a wonderful time. It's such a nice festival. It's not too big, it's not too small. Yeah, it's just good times, a lot of good people. It's just an all-around good vibe there. I love being at Copenhell. It's probably my favorite Danish festival.
Okay, you joined the band after releasing the self-titled EP, Livløs. The band released their debut full-length album, Into Beyond independently with great songs, Blood and Despair, Into Beyond, Before the Flood, among others. You joined the band after the album was released, Niklas, and I believe you needed to learn all the song on a short time. Is this right? Or still before the other vocalist left, you was already involved in the releasing of this debut album.
The Into Beyond album came out in February 2018, and the band played at Copenhell in June 2018. And I think I got that message from Thomas about being stand-in in about a month before their gig at Copenhell. So I just started reading the lyrics and learning the songs slowly. And then my first practice with the band was in, I think, August, maybe September 2018. And then I had about 2 months or 1 month of practice with the band before we played our first show.
Okay, to continue with this interview, on February 22nd, 2019, the band's released one single under the name Rot in Ruin. Please explain us about the idea behind this release and, what is this song about?
When I joined the band, we were like, okay, it's a new front man, it's a new voice representing the band. So we wanted to get just one song out there quickly with me on it. So I think after our first show, maybe after 2 shows, we started writing that song. And then quickly went into the studio, recorded it, and got the music video done for it, and then released it as soon as we could before we went on a Danish tour with Hatesphere. So the idea behind it was just to get something with me as the new frontman out there as quickly as possible. I
was still curious to know why haven't you not add this one single to the new album?
Oh yeah, we've gotten that question, and we originally planned to have it on the album, but the longer we got with the writing process of the new album, the more we felt like it didn't fit in with the other songs, especially with the sound, because Run Ruin has such a tight production where we wanted the production for the album to be more open. And we didn't want to change what Run Ruin sounded like just to fit on the album.
Okay.
So when we were in the studio, or maybe sometime before, we decided that we weren't going to include it, and instead we included and wrote The Purest Black, our second single.
Okay. After the promotional cycle of the debut album and seeking the end of all restriction because this pandemic, the band is ready to shake up the landscape of modern death metal with their upcoming album, And Then There Were None, out this coming October 22nd, 2021, through Napalm Record. I'd like to give a shout out to Natalie Camilo for this great interview. How has the band nailed this deal with this prestige Austrian label, Napalm Records, and how are the labels supporting the band for this new release so far, Niklas?
Yeah, so we've been in contact with not Napalm Records, but Torsten Harm from Napalm Events, which is the booking part of Napalm. And we've been in contact with him since 2019, I think. Maybe 2018 even. So we've been in contact with him a lot. And the longer we got with our second album, And Then There Were None, we sent the material to him. And it took a while to convince him, I think. But we did it in the end, because when he and Napalm got the final recording of the album, that's when they really started to get interested in it. And maybe it was because the change of frontman was a little uncertain before they heard something more with me as the vocalist. They got interested after hearing that, and then they tried to set up like a showcase concert down in Germany. But then COVID-19 struck, and that show just got postponed and then canceled. And then I think it's summer of last year, 2020, I think we just told them, we can't wait for this pandemic to be over, so you have to make a decision without seeing us live.
It's time to make a decision, right?
Yeah, because at that point it was almost 2 years since the last album, so we also wanted to, release something. We can't just become a dead name. So we pushed them a little, but thank God they took a chance, and we're glad for it. So they're helping with the promotion and all over the world, and Napalm Events is booking our shows worldwide, and that resulted in our Napalm Over Europe tour with...
Don't reveal too much as yet. That's going to have that question at the end. Okay, but besides that, how are all the promotion and the release of the album going so far? I mean, just a couple of days before the album will come out.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going good. I mean, we got a bunch of interviews scheduled, and I'm guessing that a lot of reviews of the album will come out pretty soon. We got one last single coming out before the album, and then we got a lot of content coming out also after the album, like our track by track series, and we got some playthroughs coming up after the album.
Okay.
So we got a lot of promotional material, and I think Napalm is going to use that well.
Talking about the promotion, after releasing the official video for the self-titled track, and then there were none last August, you guys has just premiered second glimpse into the upcoming album with The Purest Black last September 21. Two killer promotional track, I must say. Explain us on these two songs chosen as promotional single, and who was responsible for the videos.
So the videos, we have 3 videos and 3 singles, and the first 2, well, the first one and then there were none, were made by a very high-end production company in Denmark called M2. So they're doing a lot of stuff. They're doing advertising videos for big companies. They're doing films. They're doing short films. They're doing animated series. I just saw today that they have an animated series coming to Apple TV. So they're doing a lot of big stuff. This project was a small one for them, but for us, it was the biggest video production we had. We had a team of 15 people maybe in a big movie studio, and the second location at a big tree. And yeah, we spent a lot of money on that music video, but I think the result is well worth it in the end because it's a beautiful video, I think.
That third single you're talking about and the third video is for which song again?
I don't know if I can say that yet, but it'll release very soon. I promise you that.
At least the release date.
Let's just say it's in the week of the release of the album. So
okay.
Very soon. Not next week, but
thank you, Niklas. Thank you for at least revealing this. Okay, yes, I must say, what an outstanding cover artwork. Who is the artist in creating this piece of art?
Yeah, it's a Polish man called Mario Lewandowski, and he made artwork for several other bands like Bellwitch, Psychroptic, Fuming Mouth, and we actually took contact to him because of the artwork for Bellwitch, which is an outstanding artwork as well.
Excellent mix by Jacob Bredal, ex-Hatespear, and mastered by Brad Boatwright, known for his work with Obituary, Nails, and Torch, among others. How was the work done with both a talented musician and a sound engineer, Jacob and Brad?
We always love working with Jacob. He has made all 3 releases. He made the EP, he made Into Beyond, and he made And Then There Went On. So he's got a place in our hearts, and we are probably going to continue using him as our producer and mixer for future projects as well. I don't think we'll change that. And Brad he's always in on the deal because Jacob almost always uses him for mastering his records. I don't know, we just like that team up. And we trust in Jacob's choice of Brad mastering the records.
Awesome. So you guys are very happy, very satisfied with the end result.
Yeah, because Jacob, he always gives each album, not just the band, but each album, a very unique sound. And that's also why a record like Into Beyond is so different from our new one, And Then There Were None.
Yes, and then there were none will be available in different formats. Please, Niklas, to all those fans that like to have this album in their collection, in how many formats are these now available?
So the new album will, of course, be released on all digital forms. It will be released in a CD digipack. It will be released on black vinyl and a limited edition red vinyl on Napalm Records webshop. So you can go pre-order that there. They also have an exclusive t-shirt. But you can also pre-order the CD and the black vinyl at our own webshop, merchcity.com. And for now, that's how it will be released. Maybe there will come some more special edition vinyls later on.
Okay, very great. So to all of you, Niklas has said it, you can get this album in different formats. So you can even do the pre-ordered, I believe so, Niklas?
Yeah, okay. You can pre-order the album and our merch on either napalmrecords.com or merchcity.com.
Okay, so and then there were None is an exceptional display of Livløs' confident modern approach to melodic death metal and meticulously executed from start to finish, revealing more of what it has to offer with every single listen. If I'm not wrong, you just came from Estonia, where you play at the Tallinn Music Week event.
Yeah.
Was this event booked by them loud agencies, and how was the trip there and your presentation?
We had a great trip to Tallinn, and we just had a lot of fun with it. This is our second time playing outside of Denmark, so it was a lot of fun going to another country again. And the show was great. The Estonian crowd they were great too. They marched when I told them to, and they made a wall of death when I told them to. So that makes me happy. And then we just, after the show, we just talked to them, partied with them a bit, and the next day we went home to Denmark again. So it was a great experience. We'd love to come back and play in Estonia.
This was booked through Damn Loud agencies?
Yeah, I think Damn Loud contacted our booker Torsten from Napalm Events. Sorry, we just got the gig from a booker, and so yeah.
Okay, what else will the band be doing for what's left for 2021 and this coming year 2022 in support of the band's brand new album?
Well, first off, we'll be having we have a lot of extra content for the songs. Like I said, the videos of track by track and playthroughs. And then we got 2 release shows in November in Aarhus and Copenhagen in Denmark, where we'll play the entire album and the best hits from the EP and Into Beyond. But other than that, in 2021, we don't have that many plans. Because of COVID-19, a lot of shows got moved to the last part of 2021, so there wasn't that many slots left for us to play. So we have a lot of plans from the start of 2022, where we have the Napalm Over Europe tour going all over Europe.
And you guys are gonna be also in tour with 1914, right?
Yeah, that's and Convent from Denmark. That's the Napalm Over Europe tour we're going on.
Okay. I just interviewed 1914 with Dietmar.
Okay.
So if you get to meet him, say the guy from Messiah Radio said hi.
I will. It'll be a while before I see him, but I'll try to remember it.
Okay, Niklas, I will hand you over the microphone of Messiah Radio International for you to thank whomever you want to thank.
Okay, yeah. Well, first off, thanks to our manager, Trine. She has really been the flagship of, getting us this deal with Napalm Records and Napalm Events. So she's worked hard and talked to a lot of people to get us here. So big shout out to her. And then a shout out to the rest of my band members and our families and friends.
Okay.
And of course, Jacob, Bredel and Brad Boatwright, and the guys who worked around the album in general. Thanks to Metal Messiah Radio International and DJ Vampire.
Okay, once again, Niklas, I want to thank you very, very, very much for accepting this interview. I wish you all the best for the band, for all the plans that you guys have for 2021 and for 2022. And I wish you all the best with this great new album. And then there were none. Yep. And looking forward to see you guys on the road. I hope I can meet you on the road. We will be going to festivals again this coming year. I mean, we're going to be in December in Holland, in the Netherlands for Eindhoven Metal Meeting. But if you're going to be there, I hope we can have some beers together. If not, I hope to see you guys on the road when we start to go either for Wacken or Brutal or Party Song or Into the Grave, whatever festivals we are heading to. Too bad we cannot be going to Copenhell as yet, but I'm looking forward to see you guys on the road. Yeah, and I wish you all the best once again. And please say hello to all the band members for me, please.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, like I always say, metal on. Bye-bye.
Metal on. Bye.